Hello. I'm going to say a few words today about positivity and positive thinking because doesn't it look on your social media scrolls like being positive is a winning strategy in life? But we're going to look a little bit deeper at that today because actually, in saying that, there's kind of an inference that anything other than positivity isn't allowed and that there's a right way to perceive, which just isn't true. Because this suggestion that relentless positivity will sort of affect the way you experience life closes the door to all the other feelings and all the other experiences that are completely normal and part of the very rich and broad spectrum of human emotions and thoughts and feelings. So maybe the conversation is more about allowing any feeling to be met in the moment and to embrace whatever arises and meet it, because there's nothing else that we can really do here. It might look like putting on a cheerful persona and front is the best way forward, and we often do that by masking and showing up in a certain way. But often it creates a bit of a disconnect, and that's where, when there's a lack of authenticity, it's really felt inside. And it can also be felt by others really when it's manufactured. We've all seen sort of tight smiles and inauthentic cheerfulness that just doesn't really feel right. But when we try and present something that's actually completely not aligned with what's going on inside, it creates this jarring inwardly and then pushes down those feelings that seem unwanted and almost compresses them energetically, and says, you can't be here. And in doing so, there's a lot of resistance, understandably, to that, and it creates a lot of tension and blocks in the body. So while we're not saying that we need to identify with negativity all the time and perhaps wallow in that as such, what we're saying is that we're almost like a vessel that can allow anything through. And actually, feelings are supposed to keep moving. They're transient by nature. We're not supposed to dwell or hold on to the good stuff and resist the bad stuff. It's actually realizing that any feeling is welcome. And that sounds bizarre, but it is, because that creates it. There's no resistance. Everything just flows then. And when we stop labeling things on top and say, well, that's bad, that's unwanted, I can't have that, it all becomes available to us. And even what looked like grief, sadness can actually be quite beautiful when it's experienced fully in the moment and we're completely present to it. And it's completely natural, and that's how things are supposed to be. So maybe just reconsider that. If you feel any tension inwardly or any disconnect, it's an opportunity just to check in and say, is that really how it feels, or shall I just be with what is and allow that to be and know that it's going to move on? Thanks very much. Bye bye.